Hello, recapping tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play XCOM Apocalypse with me, BlueAnkylo. So for today's episode, I'll spend a little bit of time going over our current agents, to show you their stats a little bit. We're going to spend a bit of time doing some base management in terms of buying and selling, and then we're going to try to progress the clock a bit. So no missions at the start. Just for your recap, we did the mission for the government offices on camera last episode. That was not too bad. No, 2 people died. Did 2 people die? That might have been kind of terrible. Anyway, in between episodes, I did what I said I would, and I checked all of the surrounding buildings kind of in this area. There was aliens in the Cult of Sirius. There was aliens over here in Sensovision. There was aliens here. There was aliens here. And I think there was aliens here. I didn't... It was at least 4 missions. Most of them were like hunt down 2 or 3 aliens. So I'm kind of glad I cut them out. Nothing... I really don't think anything exciting happened, like, soldier-wise. The cult is always kind of interesting because you fight both the aliens and the cultists at the same time. But other than that, most of the time it's like, just comb your way through a large building looking for 1 or 2... arthropods and a couple multi-worms. So yeah, that's about it. So what I wanted to do first is do a little bit of a soldier update, just so you guys can see how how your soldiers are doing. I've also renamed, I think, 2 more. Yeah, because 2 people died last episode, and I renamed them from the spares. So King Sarius unfortunately got demoted to Prince because, you know, he died. So now we got to use his younger brother or something like that. And, who was the other one? Panda Ace? Yeah, so Panda was not quite as much of an ace as he'd hoped and got exploded by a popper. So now Not So Ace is going to give it his best shot. So, yeah, just to give you some ideas here, Dave's, you know, the newer soldiers will be kind of behind a little bit in terms of stats. But those of you who've managed to survive since the beginning are doing really, really well. Yeah, go ahead. I mean... That's another one that's like, in my opinion, once you're hitting like 60 accuracy, I should really just be giving you disruptor cannons because you're not going to miss that much. Pixel as well, doing really well. 56 accuracy is pretty solid. Error. Unfortunately, the androids, as we're getting towards the mid-game, this is where they start falling behind a little bit. But I still like the autocannons anyway. There's nothing wrong with them. Leroy Jenkins was doing just fine, although his accuracy is not quite as crazy high. Apollo Turtle, yeah, like look at that. Again, it's not 60, it's not quite my break point, but I've got the disruptor cannons, so we'll equip them. Mr. C's doing just fine. You can see their ranks as well if you're interested. We got Soul Reaver, we got Fox here. PC Snobs getting way up there. If I had more fancy guns, I'd give you one, but... the autocannons are good. Also, I'm actually running out of stun grenades, interestingly enough. And then now we're sort of switched to the other base. So we're looking at New Sorpigal's base now. And they've got a couple spare cannons over here. So we've got Zachnafine took some nasty wounds, although his max HP is going way up and his speed is crazy. So that's good. ADTC, 46 accuracy is okay, but we can keep... You know, the machine guns are really good for training stats, so even into the mid to late game, nah, not late game, into the early to mid game, into the mid game, the machine guns are still good items. Mr. Scarphead here, he's been around for a while. I'm not too afraid of giving him a better gun. I also kind of like to reserve the the good weapons for soldiers that have proven themselves a little bit. You know, once you're getting towards 50 accuracy, I feel like the machine guns might be kind of a waste. Taylor, another one with 50 accuracy. And, yeah, I mean, you know, I'm just giving you a chance to see how your soldiers are doing, right? You know? So, in that sense, I've been sort of switching people over to high explosive and armor-piercing mega cannons when your stats improve. Gus, the Awful, is definitely getting better. He can stick with a machine gun for a while. We definitely don't want to, like, have 0 machine guns, so... We'll keep some of those around. Another robot friend. Paranoid Platypus hasn't had a chance to kill anything yet. Only been on one mission. Some of these are new rookies that took a wound right away and they just haven't had a chance to do much. So you know how it is. Well, as their stats improve, I'll give them more weapons. My dash R's still aren't properly named, but, you know, I'm not against getting them some basic stats and stuff. Sir Danny, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the robots long term. I mean, if you were a normal soldier, you would have gotten pretty good stat upgrades from all that stuff, but yeah, you know, it's fine. They're also immune to, like, brain suckers and stuff. And we will fight enemies with psionics eventually, so it's nice to have some completely immune to psionic soldiers. So, I'm happy with having a few robots, that's fine. Skelath almost died. That was really lucky of him to not be dead. Bagelgeese. I'll switch my, my hybrids over to the Scilabs once I've increased some of their baseline stats. Like, I want to see their strength go up a little bit. Maybe stamina, speed, accuracy. And then we'll switch them into the Scilabs so they can start doing psionics a bit better. Otherwise, they can't keep up in battle very well if they're so slow with strength and time units. Yeah, this is kind of almost at the end of the list here. Some characters do have another problem with hybrids is their base HP is really, really tiny. So it is really easy for them to die just by taking a little bit of damage. John Rico, Soteraz, the new Prince, and my last robot. So that's kind of, you know, how the squad's looking these days. So there's a couple things to do. Number one, well, I may have sold a couple more Devastator cannons because I wanted to see if I could get enough money for another Hawk, which is kind of what I'm aiming for. One thing I forgot to do at New Sorpagol is I never bought them any fuel. And without fuel, they can't refuel the Hawk or any of the bikes at this one. So you got to make sure both bases have power if you dock ships there. Seeing as the first base has like 1,500, I'm just going to return some of it to the market and then just immediately buy it over. It's just like a free trade. So that's 700 and not 1,000. It's even enough. Other things would be restoring, like, ammo for some of the weapons. I would like to buy some of these, though, because we're going to need damage upgrades. Primary concern right now is fending off the air invasions. The ground invasions are going okay. We also can't buy any more stun grenades, so we're running really, really low on them, which is, it's okay, but I wish I had more. So let's make sure I sell... You know, we're transitioning out of machine guns, so, you know, I can hold on to a few, but we actually have no spares at Zenobia. I could buy some if I wanted, but yeah, I feel like I'm transitioning out, so I'll take the money because I need it for other things. Laser snipers, definitely. I barely use them in this Let's Play, but trust me, they're not that great. The autocannon, we're also going to start transitioning out as we get more disruptor cannons. So I'll keep a few, but we'll sell a good amount of them. We'll keep some ammo for them around, but you know, we're transitioning away. Plasma guns, we're probably not going to worry about. They're kind of expensive, and they don't do that great damage. Heavy launchers, I'm just going to sell them. I feel like I know I've equipped them to one or two of our soldiers. I'm going to probably get rid of those as well when I do my next big re-equip shuffle. I like the explosive damage, you know, like it's fun to hit a big group of aliens with damage. But if this just ends up destroying all of their loot, it really stunts our progress. You know, we need to gather up the alien tech both for selling and for powering up our soldiers. So unfortunately, I'm leaning really more against using the heavy launcher. And the mini launchers are, I guess they're closer to the autocannons, but they've got the same kind of problem. I know I've got like one of them equipped, so I'll hold on to a few of these, but I don't know. I don't know. I would like to show off more of this kind of stuff, but I feel like I either destroy the building and make people mad, or I destroy all the aliens' equipment, and then I'm upset. Alright, so we probably won't need mind benders. I'm going to start selling basically all my disruptor guns almost always when we get them. We could actually buy a couple Devastator cannons back, but it'll be fine. So eventually we'll have more artifacts to sell. I don't want brain sucker launchers. They don't do anything for your soldiers, so as you'd expect. Alien artifacts, there's a good one. We're up to 11 of these things. Not bad. Cyclones, did we get any of those? No. I think when you do an alien attack on his Cult of Sirius, they don't drop Cyclones. It's only from the raids. And then the only armor that I'd want to buy is the Marsec body units. And they don't have them anyway. So that's basically all the money I can make here. Let's just confirm that. So I have training and meds ready soon. Workshops are a couple days away. Once we've got more workshops, I am going to start crafting up like crazy to try to make money that way. Depending on my living space situation, well, this is going to have a large workshop. And probably a Psi lab. But I could build more workshops here. Like, I've actually got an unused biochemistry lab right now. I didn't want to destroy it until I transfer this over. I'm not sure if you lose it if you hit cancel. Probably wouldn't. But, like, I don't think I'm going to buy 5 more... Speaking language. I don't think I'm going to actually hire 5 more of those scientists. So we might get yet more engineering workshops. Because that seems to be, like... Well, I need a way to make money. And selling stuff is probably the best... Other than just raiding the cult infinitely. Which is not so fun. So what I was thinking was I could destroy one of these if I canceled it, but all that would do would save me the maintenance cost, which is kind of insignificant, and free up some space. I was going to burn one of the quantum labs, that's right, so I could build a probably large workshop eventually. Yeah, let's not build more workshops, because I want to build a large workshop, and I'm already going to be kind of low on living space. We've only got, I don't know how many spots that is exactly, but there's not too many free spots there. We should check for engineers. We've got 2 days to get people with more than 75 for their stats, so I'm not going to hire those. And we're starting to hire quantum physicists for New Sorpergal, but I can get better than that, I'm pretty sure. So then the only other question was, would there be biochemists? Actually, yeah. I think I ran out of money last time. 90 and 86 are better than our weakest current biochemists. We've got 83, 83. I thought there was someone in 70s, yeah. So let's upgrade a couple more. And we'll switch them around with our money. And then, like, the real problem here, like I said, was the air game. So what I want to spend most of my money on is trying... Like, we're not going to be able to build a new interceptor for a while. Like, it's probably going to take... Well, just to be honest, we need to research... where's quantum? Just so people understand. I need to finish researching alien energy source. I think that will start unlocking the actual vehicles. The first vehicle is not a combat. In fact, the first 2 vehicles are not really very good at combat. So I'll have to start researching more vehicles. Once I've researched a single air vehicle that we can craft, then we will unlock the larger engineering research, or larger engineering building, which you need to build the craft. So we'll have to research large engineering. That'll take, a day or 2. Then we'll have to build large engineering, which will probably take another 8 days. So we simply cannot craft, we can't even begin to craft our own spaceship for probably 2 weeks. No matter how fast I go. It's actually a pretty nasty bottleneck. The aliens are taking up really quickly. And there's just no way to rush. I think I've basically rushed it as much as I can. And there's no way to speed up actually getting an advanced workshop. So with that said, that's while I'm rambling on here, 15 minutes into the video. But we basically have to try to rely on these Hawks and whatever gear we can equip them with, because they're pretty much the only vehicles that aren't going to get one-shot by the current tech of aliens. Hover bikes are okay, and they do give us some firepower. The Phoenix cars, maybe a bit less so. I'm going to try to get another Hawk here. I almost might even just sell these, just because I might need the money. But I want to buy the Hawk. I'm going to have to buy it engines and stuff probably to maximize it. And I'm thinking maybe I should pick up the lineage. Oh man, these are so expensive. I really don't have enough money. I don't know if this is a great idea. I'm going to try... Because the cars, like, they're okay, but the Prophet missiles, like, I don't think the Prophet missiles were a great choice. You guys might be screaming that this is a terrible idea, Blue, don't do it. But I'm going to switch over to just Hawks. And honestly, I might have to do a couple more cult raids to get, because maybe I could get 4 of them, so I'd have 2 from each base. I don't know if that's better than all of these, but think of it like this. Each Hawk gets 3 weapons and is much harder to shoot down. These guys get 1 weapon and get shot down instantly. So I think a Hawk is worth at least 3 bikes. Now they probably cost more than that. I don't know. I don't know. This is all kind of an experiment here on Superhuman. I just know that I need a way of stopping the alien air game a little bit better. And we'll sell the ones from this one as well. On the other hand, the plus side here is it's actually a lot easier to micromanage the air combat when you don't have a bajillion bikes. The bikes are nice, I guess, but they're also a real pain to click on everybody and control them all. So this would speed that process up a bit. Okay, I really don't think I'm going to be relying on a lot of missiles right now, so let's just save the weapons control. Let's just get rid of those for now. In fact, I'm probably going to sell a bunch of stuff. I'm not going to be using the small laser weapons. I don't think they do enough damage either way. So let's get rid of those. The render plasma guns are kind of weak, and they use the same ammo, so what I want is lineage plasma. And I think I'm going to try to have 1 per Hawk, because I'm going to have 3 Hawks at least, right? And then we'll just split up the Illyrium between the 2 bases. Oh, the Zenobia's already got tons of Illyrium. Great. Yeah, we might as well use it. If we've got a good supply, we might as well start using it. We'll let all these things come in. I'm not going to sell the janitor missiles yet, but I might sell the Prophets because I don't think they're very good. I changed my mind about them. At first, I thought they might be fine, but 8 shots is not enough to take down the current tech, so Prophets go. We've still got some money. I know I'll have to buy an engine and stuff, but we can actually sell the bike engines. That helps. Maybe I'll have enough money that I can actually look into buying the 4th Hawk here. Pretty much everything we can sell, I think. Okay. Well, seeing as I know I've got the money, let's preemptively buy that the best engine for my new Hawk. Let's see how this goes. I'll re-equip the... We'll just forward a little bit of time, get our new gear in. Okay. Yeah, well, that's pretty standard. The city is getting a little bit more volatile. Hopefully they didn't blow up anything too important. We're just shooting each other over here. Alright, so we got Hawk number 3. I guess, you know, we need some names for these things at some point, but what I really want to do is start equipping these. I know it's going to take a while, but this is our big attack upgrade. Also, being able to equip those would be pretty nice. So, lineage plasma cannons fit into the side slots. They're certainly going to be better than... well, the laser guns, what do we say? 300 meters, 60%, 16 damage. Yeah, this is a pretty big upgrade. Plus, keep in mind, like, the alien UFOs at this point get a lot of armor. So, the damage is actually more than +9, I think. Because, like, let's just assume they've got something like 10 armor. If it's -10 damage per hit, these things are doing, like, 6 points of damage. These guys will be doing, like, 15. That's like, over double damage, depending on the exact stats. I don't know perfectly how those would work. Also, longer range is nice. Alright, comparable to the Disruptor Cannon, I guess. It's shorter range, but infinite ammo. Alright, so, I mean, this Hawk doesn't... We don't have a lot of... I thought I bought 3. Did I buy one before? No, I'm just clicking on the wrong ones. Alright, well... For now... One plasma, one large laser beam. Actually... Because it's 2x3 and these are 3x1... This is... Unless I have stuff like the Disruptor, the Lineage Plasma Cannon is probably the strongest forward weapon, and then I can just put more lasers on the side. Would I rather use the Light Disruptor or this? It depends on how long it takes before I run out of ammo for plasma. If I could put a bunch of plasma guns on, that'd be nice, but I would run out of power. Or, not power, you know what I mean, Illyrium. So, I'll do the same thing here. I might just see if I can sell those for a ton of money. That would be good, too. And then I'll buy... I think we're just going to go laser guns. So, let's see how the bank account looks here in a second. Once we can equip those, that'll help a ton as well. Alright. Render Plasma, we're just going to sell because they are less efficient than Lineage Plasma in use of the limited ammo. Zenobia, I think, is going to need the two more big lasers. And we can sell Disruptor. Actually, Disruptor Beams are pretty valuable, so... As usual, selling the alien tech has some advantages. Alright. Money is looking not great, especially because I'm really worried about the next alien attack, basically. Let's let equipment come in. I really do think I'm going to have to raid the cult a little bit more, just so I've got the money to upgrade my ships. I am really worried about the next alien attack, and I don't think we've got enough firepower yet. Unless the aliens give us a week off and let us research like crazy, I don't think we're prepared. Okay. Oh, the weapons didn't come in yet. There they go. Alright, so we've got... a full set of lasers. What this gives us, by using not the light disruptors, this gives us better range. Instead of having to get super, super close, we can sit at 300 or so meters away and just fire a bunch of lasers and plasma at them. This guy doesn't have any center modules, but... Oh yeah, I can sell this as well. I don't plan on using this Hawk for missions, so 2 of them equipped for missions is more than enough, I feel. Alright, let's sell... I'm trying to decide if I want to hold on to the missile launchers at all, basically. I think I need the money. And I don't think we're going to use them too much anymore. They travel slower, even if they're more accurate, possibly, because they home. Homing missiles. I feel like maybe they're not the way to go here. I might be wrong. It's hard to say for sure. That gets me really close to the next Hawk. Plus, I can sell that extra engine. I think that puts me just over the line. And I would probably put it in New Sorpagal. Just enough. And then I don't have enough money to actually equip it. But that means I'm like... Oh, you know what? I actually... Okay, I don't have to do a cult raid. We'll make enough money... selling a couple things from the engineers that should be okay. Alright, so that's the plan. It's a mighty plan. I'm just going to save it here on the off chance that something terrible happens. And we need to reload now that I'm like planning to use the fast forward again. All right, let's let a little bit of time go by. Oh, some scientists came in. Right. We want to switch out the worst ones and replace them with the best ones. So I need to remember to fire Clarence Frogley and Sumi Maliv. Sumi Maliv, you're out, and Clarence Frogley, you're out. I don't know, like, again, I don't know percentage-wise, that might not make a huge difference to my bio research, but everyone's above 80 now. I'd like to get the total skill over 900, so it's at least an average of 90. I feel like that's a pretty good benchmark. And I could have just not fired them and moved them over here, but, you know, I didn't think of that. Alright, sorry, getting confused here. I want to just keep track. Every time I finish a gun, I want to sell it. And flies, it's spring, the bugs are out. Because I need to sell I need to sell weapons to craft more weapons. So where are they? It's gonna be in Zenobia. Sorry, I know this is a bit of base management micro. Not everyone's favorite thing. I just gotta remember where. Okay, disruptor guns. Once they're done, that's where they'll be. Alright, we finished the disruptor guns. We don't even have enough money to build another one until I sell it. I think it's probably more profitable to build Devastator cannons and sell them. Although it takes longer. But I'm just going to keep... Yeah, that's the trouble. Okay. Oh, of course it takes me this way. Sorry. This is all... Now I'm getting all flustered. I probably should have just done another raid on Sirius. Probably at the end of this episode, depending on what happens, I think I'll just have to break down and try to make a little bit more money. We're really close. I keep clicking on the wrong places. We're really close to having enough just to being able to buy to finish equipping the 4th Hawk, but I'm just a little bit short. Just build one at a time, I guess. All right, we got to the end of the day. That would mean a couple of buildings completed. Now, normally, I'd probably want to recruit more engineers and stuff. There's at least one good one. Pretty good biochemist or quantum physicist. And biochemists are kind of not great today. Don't need more soldiers at the moment. The problem is really more money and air game oriented. Okay, well, we finished a really important tech, at least. So, an XCOM weapon designed to shoot high-powered projectiles containing anti-alien toxic fluids. It is designed to cause minimal harm to other targets and is not very good at penetrating armor. Luckily, aliens don't get very much armor. Which is maybe a oversight, but I'm not going to complain. Anyway, this is eventually probably the best weapon in the game. So we're going to start crafting those instantly, although Alright, so what we'll do is we'll cancel this. Oh, you know what we should do? This is more important. So, canceling it doesn't, like, lose the progress. No. So what we can do is cancel this one, upgrade it to the larger lab, and then pick up the midway complete one, right? I didn't lose anything there. That's how you're supposed to do stuff, right? Now I can demolish this lab without any worries. I was worrying over nothing anyway. There's no preference to which one I destroy, so that's fine. Okay, just gives me another spot to build something if I need it. So yeah, the workshops now, we definitely want... I'll let them finish their current projects, but we definitely need to switch those over and start crafting as many toxic guns as we can. So, toxic guns. We also need to craft the ammo for them, which is a bit of a pain. But they craft pretty quickly, and I think you can actually sell them for a really good profit. These might be one of the best profiteering weapons to craft, if I remember correctly. Although I don't know all the ratios or anything, but I think these are one of the better ones. And there's definitely why I built 4 workshops so early, is to make sure we've got lots of these going around. I'm just going to sell this for now because I need the money for crafting. Alright, we're getting set up here. Got another disruptor gun. I'm also going to switch this lab to toxiguns. I'm not going to craft toxin type A. That will make sense pretty soon. But first up is get as many toxiguns as we can, and also sell a couple now and then to fund the war machine. How much was that disruptor ray? 2 grand. It's not the worst. Alright, 6,000 buckaroos. A little bit more time. Got the brain sucker autopsy done pretty quick. This life form appears to have a simple structure with no distinguishable organs apart from an efficient heart and cardiovascular system. There appears to be no means of ingesting food or separate brain structure, rendering it immune to psionic influence, unfortunately. It seems that this creature has little purpose in life except that it is known to attack humans and seems to be designed to do only that. Its complex organic structure may be useful for developing toxins to counter any threat to our race. Interestingly, though, I don't think we needed to research that to get the upgraded toxins. But it's all good. Biochemistry. So we've got a pretty good amount of captured things. I think I'll clean up the spitter next, because I believe we've already done the interrogation, and then we'll just sort of burn through them sort of in order. Okay. Oh, one thing I guess I didn't really explain it. So Toxigun ammo A, if it'll show it here. I'd have to craft one to show you the stats. It's pretty good. It's probably, if this would still be a flat upgrade over the machine gun. If using Toxiguns plus Toxigun A, it's probably still way better than machine guns. But Toxigun ammo A is actually inefficient at the more advanced alien species. Now, we haven't seen very many of them yet, but investing a lot of time crafting this is kind of silly, because very soon we're going to have Type B, which is much more effective long term. That's all. Alright, very soon. So, it is clear that the alien life cycle is an extremely rapid sequence of changes. The eggs always develop into multiworms, which then give birth to hyperworms, which form a chrysalis. At this stage, the genetic variation produces a variety of alien types, which develop inside the chrysalis. The whole process from the egg hatching to emergence from the chrysalis only seems to take about 10 days, provided that there is an adequate supply of food. Fortunately, these life forms do not survive very well in our world, and it's unclear how an invasion could be successful. So it is peculiar that the entire bulk of the alien army doesn't really have long-term potential on Earth. But that's the basic foundations of how the early game enemies work. And thanks to that, we can straight up research Toxin B. And as it says, it's more powerful against the higher alien life forms, which it also just does more damage in general. So I highly recommend getting that ASAP. Did I build? I must have built I must have switched. Yeah. That was actually a mistake. I didn't mean to switch. I probably canceled half of a Toxigun crafting. Although the good thing is, so now I could show you specifically the stats here. Toxigun A clip does 50 damage. Each slot gives you 16 ammo. If you compare it to machine gun, which is approximately what it competes with, we're talking 50 damage, 16 shots versus 21 damage, 36 shots. It fires almost the same speed with about similar accuracy and, more than double damage. So that would be a pretty good upgrade. The thing is, we'll just go for B. Might as well go for B type. Okay, now before the day is over, I would like to hire my scientist, which means I'm going to have to do a raid, or if the aliens don't attack in the next few hours, I'm going to let the time go to about 20 hours? 20? Alright, that's as far as we're gonna go. I just don't want to miss, essentially, the civilian recruitables reset at night, and I haven't had the spare money to recruit anyone. Now, I think I've probably built a couple toxic guns. They are really quick to manufacture. And you can see here how their stats work. In fact, before we end the episode here, let me just show that off. So we've got 2 toxic guns. We could equip one person with, you know, a little bit of ammo for these things. But yeah, like, look at this. 40 accuracy. It's better than a machine gun. It weighs less. It's more accurate. It shoots actually faster than a machine gun. And the range is about the same. So it's a straight upgrade. It's also one-handed, and it's small enough you can fit it on your belt. So these weapons are ridiculously good. There's no reason, basically, not to build one for everyone. I can't see a reason not to put one on everyone's belt. Even if you don't want it to be their primary, it should be their secondary. And once you've got ammo for everybody, especially Type B, the damage output is kind of insane. So that's what I've been rushing to for the ground game. And this will definitely make things easier. Also, enemies that have shields, although we can't equip them yet, we've seen the little shield things. Every weapon type, except for the stun grapple and the toxic gun, I think that's it, has to damage the shield before they can damage the enemy's 8 health. So the problem is, once they destroy the shield, the item breaks as well, so you don't get it as loot. The thing is, the toxic gun, as well as the stun gas, which is why I was going so stun crazy the last couple episodes, it bypasses most of the shield. Not 100%, but most of it. Which means if you're using toxic guns to kill enemies that are shielded, they will die before their shield breaks, so you get to collect it. So usually, I think the way it would normally work is you rush toxic guns before the enemies get shields, if possible, and then use the toxic guns to capture their shields. The thing is, we're playing on Superhuman, so the aliens upgraded their tech really, really fast. Suffice to say, our ground game is actually really good. Like, we're on course to get Type B about the same time as our... Well, these are going to finish in a couple hours, but, like, we are going to have a good amount of workshop production ready to start pumping out toxic guns for everyone. So our ground game is looking just a-okay. And there's no downside to rushing through to toxic guns. It doesn't actually take up any physics time. This is all just the biochemistry. It's the main goal of biochemistry is to get these toxins type unlocked. That's kind of like the point of biochemistry in Apocalypse. Now, quantum physics has a lot more things to cover. You've got to do all the UFOs, there's some ground tech, and all the flight tech. The thing is, it's gated much more severely. It's hard to get the large lab, and then it's even harder to start getting the large workshop to craft... Well, even the light disruptor beam, we couldn't even craft it right now. If it was good, we still couldn't even craft it. So it's difficult to upgrade the actual vehicles right now. I've still got nothing that I can craft that would help our air game. I am trying to get the quantum physics there as fast as possible. Now, I took a slight detour to pick up the shields, because that's... For survivability, there's nothing that even comes close. So we might as well pick this up. I think, unfortunately, it researches really slowly. That's just one of the downsides. But I've been prioritizing these energy sources, and we're going to go to the craft as soon as possible. But I'm going as quick as I can, and it still feels like I'm really, really lagging. So let's just get as good at ground combat as we can, and we might just have to deal with a couple waves of alien UFOs not being fully shot down, where we just have to basically, clean up the infiltrations until our research can catch up. And it's just going to take us, well, probably about 2 weeks before we can start building our own craft anyway. And that's going to be difficult, no doubt. That's going to be hard. So I'm probably going to end the episode here. I think most of our characters have probably recovered from their wounds. Let me just pause this here. Not 100%, but we're looking like, I would say we're probably in good enough shape to go on a couple missions without really significant risks. Like, I can send, maybe not the full 36, but I can send most people. And all I'm going to do, I just need money, basically. I feel like I'm really, really... If the aliens attack right now, I've only got 3 Hawks. I just feel like I'm not in a great position to deal with that. So I'm going to maybe do I don't know, 3 or 4 cultist raids here. It's been a little while since I've spammed them. Maybe they've got some money specifically. Yeah, they're in the positives. I want to bring that back down anyway. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do between episodes. The last couple in-episode cult raids were really boring, and I don't want to record that unless something interesting happens. So I'll take out some soldiers. We'll do some quick cult kills. Hopefully, I'll come back next episode with enough money that we can, at the very least, we'll be able to equip all 4 hawks, and maybe, like, I don't know what. I mean, I could probably still go back to a couple Valkyries. Like, I could add them in there. I don't know how I'm going to stop the next UFO attack. 4 hawks, even fully equipped, doesn't seem that great. Maybe I'll buy a bunch of hover bikes. You know, they're still here. I know I sold them already, but like I could buy them back without really losing much. I'll think about it. I just don't know right now. Anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for watching, folks. I hope you have enjoyed. And next episode, I'll come back with a bit of a plan, hopefully, for the air game and some money to try to not lose it. Alright, guys. I will see you later. Have a great day.